Jesus
The
Christ.
funniest part about that is I wasn't even recording it.
I know. My favorite part about this is the same angle as like jail closed circuit.
That's fine.
I like it.
I only got one
I like
camera.
it.
I can't do anything
I
else
like
with
it.
it.
This looks like we're being spied on by the boss.
That's fine.
I fuck with it.
It's
I
fucking,
fuck with it.
Yeah, dude. Was like, what do you need a professional
Interrogation
like,
room camera.
numerous
No, dude,
cameras and
one
shit for? Fuck all that.
One camera fucking is fine. We're only 3 people. It's
Yeah,
not like we
dude.
fucking have a whole crowd or nothing.
I mean, I've seen other people do fucking their multiple camera angles for 2 and 3 people.
How sick would that be to fucking edit for 4 hours after doing a 2-hour podcast to edit the camera angles? Yeah, fuck that. Zoom in with your fucking computers if you want to see us.
Yeah. You can see us all over. We're all on there.
Welcome to the show.
That's disgusting.
Beer, I agree. It's not vodka mixed with Powerade.
but it'll do for now.
No, I'm telling you, vodka mixed with Powerade has like been the drink of the last year for me.
What kind of Powerade?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Blue. Mountain Berry Blast or Glacier Freeze, depending on what brand. Powerade, Gatorade. I drink so much vodka with Gatorade that when I drink vodka or Gatorade without vodka, I call it a virgin Gatorade. I drink
That makes sense.
astronomically more Gatorade mixed with vodka than without.
Well, I mean, that makes sense to me.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
You be taking it. Just here, let me get on this treadmill and rehydrate myself.
Oh, what the...
I really like the camera. I could do so much more with the camera.
Fuck.
Good call. The Bleezy was most necessary. You know how hard it is for me to roll a blunt and not immediately light it?
Yeah.
That was like sheer fucking will for that blunt to have made it this half hour or 45 minutes that it made it. Oh yeah. It was worth the wait.
It usually is.
You know when you gotta pick the paper up to go get a dump and you want to pull the pile down more so it's not so big, right? Bill asked me, he's like, what's the pile look like? And he looked down, he's like, it's like you need more. He was like, well, no shit. No shit, we need more, dude. Like, is it big enough to pick it up and not be an overflowing pile? He's gonna be like, you need more.
Bro.
like, no shit. No fucking shit.
Only I know what you're talking
I know.
about.
it just popped in my head.
Fucking, man. For everybody out there, the pile wasn't big enough.
It wasn't supposed to be.
We needed more asphalt, goddammit.
Oh, it was next to the fence. So you
Shouldn't
don't.
even
You
have
gotta
said
pick it up
asphalt.
and
You
it'd be
should have just
fucking
kept
tripping
saying
over.
piles. Shit out of
Piles.
everybody.
Yeah, we need more hemorrhoids. I've got piles around my asshole. I've got piles around my asshole, and I need more of them.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I feel like you should have less of them. Alright, so what do
Sometimes they fall off.
Sometimes he just pushes them back in.
Yeah,
Sometimes they fall
He sits
off.
there and fucks with them, and they either fall off or pop back up inside of him.
You get the bicycle air pump.
For sure.
It's the lock button on it.
That is awful.
So I might have derailed
What, the bicycle pump hemorrhoid?
before we even started. I'm not gonna lie, I drink fast after work. Almost got into a car accident. I told you. As soon as I left work, I went to get a fucking medium fry for the ride out here. I knew I had delicious steak dinner coming. I ate some steak dinner. It was delicious. I made it to... But I almost got into a goddamn car accident.
If you wouldn't have got the fry.
Yeah.
Right.
If I wouldn't have gotten the french fry.
So it's McDonald's fault,
Which,
really.
Cat Williams was right. Them motherfuckers are killers. He did a whole bit about McDonald's french fries being poisonous and killers.
I remember that.
God damn it, Cat. I should have listened, bro. Never again. Until Monday, probably. The fries be good as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially when they're hot, fresh. Fucking
Man.
damn near
And
still
they
sizzling.
were. I felt the bag was hot as fuck. You know, I could feel them through the
Yeah.
bag. I put them down, and usually I pop them bitches right open and grab a handful, but I was like, you know, just ready to get out here. Man, I pull out. I'm doing 40 in my lane, and this fucking red truck pulls out in front of me, and my back bumper, or my front bumper is like this close to his rear fender. I gotta slam on the brakes, swerve to the right around it. That shit sucked.
He probably thought it was your fault, too.
Oh yeah.
If you even noticed,
Yeah.
you didn't stop and whoop his ass or nothing.
No, I wanted to beat his youngest child with a baseball bat. Aluminum
I mean,
baseball bat.
I mean, it would have been completely justified.
And but I figured I would just keep driving and eat French fries. While my heart while my heart was beating through my shirt, dude.
Eat some nice salty French fries to slow your heart down.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wanted to drink so bad. I got to Dustin's and smoked a blunt and was like, nah, I don't need to drink. I really wanted to drink. As soon as I got to the campground, I was fucking drinking. So, I'm sorry if I'm already pretty drunk for the podcast, but I feel warmed up and happy now. I'm in a pretty good mood.
That shit was funny as fuck.
You know, shit happens in life where, you know, I didn't see my life flash before my eyes, but I saw my next, you know, few months flash before my next unforeseen future flash in front of my eyes. And it wasn't good.
If you hit them, your French fries would have got cold. Or would you just ate them while you're
I'd have
talking
been
to
eating them at the side of the road.
Talking to
pissed
the
off.
police and shit.
Yeah,
Are you talking to the police?
Waiting on the cops.
Man,
munching on
that
French
would have been the
fries.
most unenjoyable French fries ever, but I'd have been
Sitting
trying
on the hood of your
so
car.
hard.
That's
Yeah, right.
sitting on the hood of your car. That's wrecked.
No, the hood would have been all crumpled up. Because,
I know.
No,
Just sit on it.
I would have been sitting on the side of the road like, fuck! I would have been so upset. Because, okay, so, moment of honesty.
I was so upset.
Moment of honesty. My car would have been totaled. I got a piece of shit 04 Durango.
You got liability insurance.
Liability. That shit would have been totaled. If I had a wrecked if a tire would have popped, I would have been totaled. I got low profile tires. I got low profile tires. If a tire would have popped, it would have been totaled. So
God damn.
and I'm not in the position to buy a new car right now. I work.
That's Subway.
I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to say that.
I'm sorry.
No, I work 30 miles away from home.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I work 30 miles away from home.
You just told everybody you drive 30 miles to work at Subway.
Yeah, I'm GM.
Yeah.
I run 2 stores.
Yeah.
It is that.
I'm kind of a big deal.
It's not like I'm just there sweeping floors, dude.
No, he does tell people to sweep the floors.
Yeah, right. He's like,
I witnessed it one day.
The floors.
Somebody was trying to leave work. He's like, "Hey, just make sure you sweep the floors. Good, have a bathroom before you leave." I was like, "Mine."
Oh yeah, just for
My God.
social media purposes, I'm not supposed to expose that I work there. I'm not even supposed to talk about it on online.
He works at Way Sub.
I work at. I work at eating booty for a
Continue.
He's the potential spam that calls you.
But what
He
I was
works
gonna
for
say
potential
is,
spam.
I saw my next few months flash before my eyes, and they weren't pretty. And it was a moment of like vulnerability almost. It was like
Almost died eating French fries.
I didn't almost die. My car almost died, and I would have just been stuck eating them goddamn French fries. Halfway between where I was going and halfway between where I fucking came from. And that would have been a shitty feeling because it's like 30 miles either direction.
I would be pissed if you text me like, "Hey, bro, I can't come over."
Dude,
I'm eating French fries and my car's totaled.
Dude. And I wouldn't have even been able to call you to help me out. Your brakes have been grinding for like 8 months.
They're not grinding.
That's not your brakes. It's
Nah.
your ball joints or your tie rods.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah, something's grinding, bro.
All
Something's
of the
grinding.
above. Was that a multiple
That
choice?
shit sounds like,
Is that a multiple choice
that
question?
shit sounds like scary movie music when you drive.
Before I got my car, I had a fucking what the hell was it? Dodge Dakota. It was like an old one, like a '98 Dodge Dakota.
I got one of
And
them too. Motherfucker, I got an '08 Dakota. This motherfucker. That's my reliable one.
That's not saying much.
My '08 Dakota. Dude, that motherfucker. All I gotta do is put a power steering pump on that bitch. I'm the man of a million car problems. They're all under control.
Dude, everybody's got
Put a power steering
It
pump
sucks.
on that bitch. Slap the serpentine belt back on. Rub some deodorant on, and I'll be back on the road as soon as I buy a new battery.
No, I had to when I bought my car. I had to because I was on Route 6 and I went to slow down and I hit ice. Just didn't stop. Just right into the back of this fucking other truck.
Yeah.
And I drove around with the front end of my truck smashed in. I had my headlights were fine. They were still working.
Just hit the center.
But no, I had to tape them. I had to tape them to the actual thing so they didn't like fall and like point in the wrong direction.
Kind of look like Bender
Yeah,
off
it was
Futurama.
terrible. And then the brakes started going out, so I'm like standing on the brakes trying to fucking stop, just hoping and praying. I was like,
That you timed it out right?
yeah, I was like,
Fuck.
man, I gotta get a new fucking car.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah,
That's fucking scary.
yeah, dude.
I've been wondering about how good my brakes were for many months because I've had this car for 2 years and have not had to do brakes. Mind you,
I haven't had to do brakes. You
Yeah.
probably have done
Well,
that.
here's
anyway.
That's
the
when
thing,
your
though.
rotor gets stuck. I know that from experience.
no, 2 or 3 years I've had it. But out of those 2 or 3 years, there have been several like 4 or 5 month periods where I didn't drive the car because of other car problems. And I was driving the Dakota. So,
Fair enough.
I feel like there wasn't so much wear and tear on it. I'm still thinking about it,
And
but
they're both Dodges, so you're just about to be swapping
I have-
parts on each. Just to keep one going.
trust me, I've thought about that. They're 2 different sizes.
Really?
Can't do it. One's
He's already done it, tried.
One's the Dakota. If it was the Ram 1500, then maybe there would be some swappability, but nah.
That's disgusting.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Teddy boy listening, he just shit his pants.
I just...
You know, the funny thing is, I wasn't even talking about that. He just happened to rip ass as I was saying it. I was just calling the swapping fucking disgusting.
Oh.
Timing
Nobody
is
wants
everything.
swappability. That's terrible.
Hey, man, if you own 2 cars that can take the same parts...
It sounded what?
It was. It was. It was.
Shit my pants right now.
It's gonna
So
be
what?
itchy by the end of the fucking show.
Why Why would you guys say something so intentionally hurtful? So intentionally hurtful. Like,
Cause fuck you.
I'm trying to have fun with you guys, go along with the joke, and then you guys just, just make me feel.
You'll have that on these big podcasts.
I'd live for it. I'd live for it.
What, the sand in your vagina?
No, man. To make fun and be made fun of. To make fun of people and to be made fun of. That is probably my favorite form of humor. Dude, honestly, it's very fun. As long as everybody's a good sport about it.
Yeah.
If everyone's a good sport, there is nothing funnier than just being fucking mean.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so fun. There's no limits to it. As long as you're not, making serious personal attacks, crossing, friend lines. Something you,
That's why your daddy died.
No, seriously. Exactly. You don't say that's why your daddy died. You might make a dead dad joke, but you're not going to say that's why your daddy died. That's not funny, but saying if somebody,
we just laughed about it.
Somebody's dad got hit by a train.
Context clues. Context clues. That's how you know if it's okay to laugh.
100%. Just being mean is fun. It really is. And I've alien.
Like when dumbfounded dude was like, so I was molested when I was 11. And dude started laughing. And he's like, all right, you laugh one more time. I'm just going to leave. So anyways, I was brutally molested when he's like, you can't say brutally.
Brutally after I thought regular molested was funny. I thought vanilla molested was hilarious, man. You can't have brutal. Yeah, it's fun though. And why not push the limits of language? Like, say it.
Say it.
Say it. Dude, say it. No, I'm serious.
I was telling you to say it.
I really don't believe in censorship of any kind. I do believe in consequence of your words, but
say it.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna censor you one bit.
No,
say it.
And I'm gonna speak within reason. But I'll say some fucked up shit for the joke. I'll 100% say some fucked up shit for the joke. But I don't think anybody should be thought police or censored for anything.
Say it.
If you get your ass whooped for saying it, or if people don't like you, then
say it.
You failed.
Right.
Dustin, I'm gonna say it.
No, say it.
Yeah, but go for it. Just send it. And if it fails, then hey, at least you went for it. But I don't think anybody should be censored. Even shit I don't agree with. Even shit that I hate to hear. You know what I mean?
Somebody out there is reeling in their fucking bed right now because you said that. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. And that's perfectly fine. They should be pissed as fuck that I said, and they should be vocal about it because that's their fucking right. Even though I don't agree with it,
If you want to send hate mail, his name is no.
I want
Everybody
them. He lives at.
I want them to be able to say whatever fucked up shit about me that they want, so I can say whatever fucked up shit that I want about anything because I think it's funny. It's funny. At the end of the day, it's all for funny, man. That's what the fuck it is, dude. So yeah, I'll make some racial jokes. So. Say something that rhymes with the N-word and then wink.
I mean, you said that, but I didn't hear anything.
Say
We just started. What are we? 14 minutes into this?
20
minutes into this. Give it some time. I'm only on my first beer after 2 drinks and 2 shots.
2 shots.
Pew pew. GoldenEye that shit. I'm double fisting it right now.
That's fucking. I
Double
noticed
air
that.
dick in it.
Never mind.
Not, I would say not anymore.
Never
You're not.
mind.
Disappointing, huh?
So, I don't have any new movie reviews, but I did start a documentary that I found interesting. It's called Trainwreck, Woodstock 1999.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you?
that was really good.
Okay,
I
yeah.
watched them both. There's another one on like Peacock or something too.
I watched. It's 3 episodes. I
Yeah.
watched the first episode.
That's dope. Oh, you only watched the first
I
one?
only watched like
Aw.
the first 30 minutes of the first episode, and the only thing I gathered out of it is there's this one scene with 2 sexy ass bitches completely butt naked, and one of them did like a little booty
Dude,
bump.
that shit was fucked.
Yeah, it was.
There was no grass. It was all asphalt.
It was an Air
and
Force
they
base.
confiscated everybody's water when they came in and charged them like $4 for a bottle of water in 1999.
In '99,
And
$4.
it was a bunch of frat
Dude,
boys.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a bunch of frat boys, and all everybody could bring in was their drugs. They didn't take their drugs, so they was dripping on acid and doing all these drugs,
Ecstasy.
dehydrated as fuck. And they thought they were playing in mud, and it was actually
There was a beer
shit.
garden.
It was poop because the pipe broke for the porta potties. This shit was all connected, and they thought they were playing in mud, and it was fucking poop, water, and shit. And
I didn't know
that's
that.
yeah,
terrible.
dude. Oh yeah, it gets bad. Like, and people
Okay,
died
so
and shit. And
I've
yeah,
heard-
it was really bad.
I've heard like minor
They burnt
little
it down.
details.
They burned it down. They
I've
burned
heard
that shit
minor
down.
little. That's what I heard. I've heard minor details. Like shit was cool. From what I've seen from the part of this documentary I watched and other shit I watched before, like shit was cool for like 6 to 8 hours, and then Limp Bizkit went on, and they did that song. Just one of those days.
Yeah.
You know,
They started tearing the walls down and shit. And he was crowd surfing on plywood.
He's like, it's all about the he say. Like, Limp Bizkit is doing their thing, and they're lighting a decommissioned Air Force base on fire. They're burning it to the ground. for
Nah,
the
they
next
didn't burn to
3
the
days.
ground then.
It was the next 3 days, though. Like,
They didn't burn it down till the last day, the last night.
oh, was it?
Yeah. It was supposed to.
Yeah.
They broke it,
It
though.
was a surprise at the end. Everybody thought it was like an encore and somebody's
That was
supposed
Limp
to
Bizkit?
succumb. No, Limp Bizkit was early. That was just when like they were throwing bottles at MTV and they were tearing down like the plywood and shit. And, like,
Yeah, they were tearing
they
down
didn't
all
catch
the
that on
scaffolding
fire
and the
then though.
stages and
It was
shit.
the last night. It was a special surprise thing. And everybody thought it was gonna be some performer, but it was Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they covered Jimi Hendrix, that Fire song, and they thought it was smart to light candles and hand out all these candles to everybody.
They just
To
lit
try to
everything
get
on
him to
fire.
do the fucking candle thing.
Yeah, and they ended up fucking catching shit on fire, and then they raided it, and they
Well, why
grabbed
didn't
the
they just
ATM
pull out their-
machine. They burnt the bitch to the ground, dude.
Well, if they wanted the lights, why didn't they just pull out their smartphones and
Yeah,
turn the
they
They didn't have
lights on?
yeah, all right.
So peaceful.
No, they actually
this
thought it
way.
was smart to light candles in hand. Everybody was angry.
Well, I mean,
'Cause it was a
everybody
money
tripping
grab.
Balls,
It was a money grab.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking pissed.
Everything
dude.
was probably a good idea at that time.
Someone snuck a van in the rave and shit, and bitches was getting raped. Dude opened the van, and some bitch was in there just passed out with her pants, and nobody did nothing. And they was grabbing their titties all hard, like grabbing them and twisting them and
She's
shit,
like a
dude.
doorknob.
Yeah, and
Just grabbing her titties like a
what
doorknob.
was it? Who
Like
sings
a-
the Pretty Fly for a White Guy? Who sings that shit?
Oh, is that
Offspring?
Yeah, Offspring. They were like, they said something. They were like, dude, why? And somebody, yeah, they was like, I noticed a lot of the guys are being rough. Like maybe more girls will show their titties if you guys would stop fucking grabbing on them like that. Like, what the hell? Like they seen what was going on. This shit's fucking
Yeah,
wild.
man.
It was crazy. Yeah. Definitely lit that bitch on fire and burned it to the ground.
So I definitely need to
$4
watch
for a
that.
bottle of water in 1999 is wild.
Yeah, dude. $4 in 1999 compared to now.
It's $4 now.
$60.
No, it's like bottles of water are $4 now, damn near in the gas station.
Yeah, $3.59 if you want to get like some pH glacial mineralized
don't taste like
smart
shit.
water
Yeah.
made out of a cloud that was synthesized in a. Where you going? Where you going? What's
Go,
more
Bert.
important? There's only 2 left, dude.
Can I get
Goddamn. Yeah. Bring me one.
There's only 2 left, dude.
Well, bring me one.
Okay.
So you said that was about Woodstock '99.
Yeah, ICP performed there that night too.
Man.
Kid Rock came out in this fucking fur coat. That was stupid. It was so hot.
sizzling
Everybody
hot.
was hot.
Yeah, it was an asphalt. It was tarmac and asphalt everywhere.
Oh my god.
But no, all I saw was...
Jewel came out and they were like, "Show us your tits." She was like, "What the fuck?" Alanis Morissette didn't even want to perform.
Yeah, 'cause she had no titties.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That shit was wild. That's a wild documentary.
Yeah, I can't wait to finish it. All I saw was the sexy naked bitches. That's all I remember from it last night. I wasn't even drunk last night. They just stuck out so much. I might rewind it. We're just so high.
The one
Definitely
dude
gonna be watching
reminded
the
me of
credits.
Beavis and Butthead. Fucking.
Oh, the two dudes that were together. Yeah. Keith and Travis or
Beavis
whatever.
and Butthead all day, dude. That shit is fucking hilarious.
This guy
They
is
were
like,
on
I
shrooms
got
and
these
shit.
mushrooms. So anyway, I'm laying on my back, tripping on these shrooms. I remember, dude. Yeah. Fucking A.
The one dude was tripping on acid and thought he was doing something. And when he came to, he really had a bunch of hot dogs taped all over him. It was a bunch of hot dogs like taped all over his body and shit. When he came to.
That's a good prank. Unless he did it to himself.
No, I don't know. Yeah, he was tripping on
Nobody
acid. He didn't know,
knows.
like, he thought he was doing something that he came to, and he was like, "Come to find out, I just had a bunch of hot dogs taped." Yeah, that shit was crazy. Oh, the security was a bunch of teenagers
Pedophiles.
that they gave $100, and it's a peace patrol. They didn't have a lot of weapons or nothing, and they were selling their shirts to people, telling them they got them like the VIP access. He's like, "Cause I just had another shirt in my bag."
So they were just selling security shirts
Yeah.
to people that were
Yeah, there was no.
insecure.
Yeah, it was called Peace Patrol. Yeah. Oh yeah, they didn't plan that shit out at all. It was horrible. It was
Well, okay,
absolutely
so look.
horrible.
From what I gathered from that same beginning of the movie is they tried to do another Woodstock in 1994, the same production
Yeah,
company.
they would cut a hole through the
Yeah, they
fence.
cut a
and
hole
it
through
was
the
a
fence.
muddy disaster.
Yeah, they lost like they
Yeah.
had to get like $10 million or some shit like that together to get all these acts together, and then like 75%
Motherfuckers
of
are
the
getting it
crowd
free.
cut through the fence and got in for free.
But it was
Making
raining
no
anyways,
money.
and it was all mud. It was garbage.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
Well, it did the same thing at Woodstock.
But they didn't burn it
69.
down.
At Woodstock '69, it was like muddy and rainy, and it was a good fucking time. I mean, there was a lot of rape. There was a lot of rape. The brown acid was going down.
It depends on who you talk to,
Back then,
whether
rape,
or not it was
date
a good
rape,
time.
date
There's a lot
rape
of
wasn't
food.
identified.
They was
back
cooking
then.
though, like you didn't have to pay for everybody. Like they was chipped in enough food. It was cooking that shit and serving it.
They
Oh,
were
no,
cooking
no.
squirrels and pieces of dead girls.
It was the
This
'60s.
is '69. Them bitches didn't have birth certificates. What the fuck?
Just hairy vaginas and dead squirrels.
Yeah, and they didn't know about, pubic identification.
But no, Woodstock '99 was definitely
I just
fucking
made
wild.
that up.
I mean, but honestly, they probably didn't.
I just made pubic identification.
But it was the best lineup, and before they even did it, they asked them, "Are you sure about this lineup?" They didn't know who they had performing
For 99?
And, yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, it's like the hottest shit right now." And little did they know it was the most violent people that you could have coming, and they definitely went crazy. Everybody did. They were mad about the whole water situation and the porta potty situation, and
Hey,
They burnt it down. They burnt it down.
You get a bunch of pissed off fucking
Frat
tripping
boys, a
people
bunch of
that are
pissed off frat
dehydrated.
boys,
and
yeah.
playing in shit mud.
Yeah, right.
yeah, dude. A lot of people died. There's a lot of deaths at that one.
The sepsis
Yeah,
that they probably
got,
got.
yeah, that
E.
makes
coli
total
and shit,
sense.
yeah. Oh, and then the
Pink
water
eye
that was
probably
the
terrible.
water that was free. They didn't wait for the samples to come back from the lab, and then
so it was
until after the
contaminated,
event
huh?
happened, and it was dirty as fuck. And a lot of people got sick from that too.
Good.
Ended up in the
Michigan
hospital.
water.
Yeah,
Good.
basically, yeah.
I'm very glad that those people got sick. Because I was only 6 years old and it had nothing to do with me and I couldn't go and have that fun. I wanted to see the hot naked girl.
I didn't even know about it until the documentary.
I'm so sorry to all the Woodstock 99 people that got sick. I did not mean that. You shouldn't have gotten sick.
He's
It was
just
mainly
taking
bad
out
for the
his
girls.
frustrations on
It
you
was mainly
guys
bad for the girls.
because
I
he
feel
wants
bad
to
for the
see
girls.
hot
Bad.
naked bitches.
They probably got blue waffles from all the fucking shit in their cunts. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Cortez. I'm sorry.
Works at Subway.
Stop it, dude. You seriously don't say that.
Nobody even knows
I'm
what that
sorry.
is.
I am so sorry. But yeah.
Now we have to get famous before my corporate overlords hear this
But no,
shit.
man, they had Limp Bizkit.
It has to work now because
Dude,
my
trust-
corporate overlords are going to hear this
Trust
eventually.
me, your corporate overlords probably
When I email
won't
it
hear
to 'em.
this until you're famous.
I'm gonna
So-
send them. I'm gonna send an email to Subway corporate. of this-
Stop saying that, dude. What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
I'm serious. I have to get this job, dude.
I'm so very sorry. I won't say it
And
again.
you know what? I was gonna say something before we started, like, hey, let's not mention where I work. And then this fucking douchebag.
I won't say where you work again.
I won't say. Shut up! I knew what you were gearing up for, dude. Dude.
So, 100 guys versus 100 guys versus one gorilla.
I'm so sick of this
Who
shit.
wins?
The gorilla.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this shit. Next subject.
You don't think anybody could beat the gorilla?
No.
None.
No.
Not even like
They
not
haven't-
even like 100 Schwarzeneggers
They
at the
haven't-
same time.
They have an incalculable punch force. And by incalculable, I mean it's probably like, from what I've heard, it's between like 2,300 and 2,700 psi.
But like, what if?
And the strongest punch recorded by a dude is like 230 psi or something like that. Like,
But what if you? But I mean, it's not all
You
about the
jump
punching
'em.
power. But, like, what if you befriend the gorilla and then you jump?
Beat
him
the shit
while-
out of him.
while
and
he's-
That's
Yeah.
the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna win.
backdoor a gorilla. You gonna backdoor a gorilla for real? You're gonna put in all that effort to make a gorilla trust you, and then you're gonna have the black heart to fucking backdoor
He's
him.
about to born.
Well, how
Hey,
about-
he's about to born to be wild.
How else?
That
are you
movie
supposed
Born to
beat
Be
him,
Wild.
though? Like,
He's about
you
to
got to.
Dustin Jackson.
if-
Dustin clocks out.
You guys are
Oh,
good
shit.
dudes. You guys are both good dudes. Neither of you have the heart
That
to
is-
gain a put in the. You're gonna spend 2 years with this gorilla, being best friends with it,
I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
and then you're gonna turn around and jay it. Yeah, I call bullshit on both you sick fucks. You're not that heartless, you fucking softies. You would never befriend a gorilla and then beat it up.
Dunks and clocks out, motherfucker.
Fuck you, that's not happening. That first time that gorilla smiles at you, you're gonna be like, dude, I'm the shit. This gorilla's my friend. I can't believe I did this shit, dude. Like, I would never ruin this. Fuck you, fucking retard. You're not ruining a friendship with a gorilla.
But well,
My daughter won't let me. She, Daddy, why you beating the shit out of this gorilla?
when you-
Proving a point.
That's when you and the gorilla share like that. Oh fuck, what have we done moment.
Yeah.
it's
That's not you, it's me.
That gorilla. We came this far. Fuck this gorilla. Harambe.
No. Seriousness, I agree with you. I don't think anybody's got a chance against him. I think he would just sit there. He wouldn't even have to move. He could just flick motherfuckers.
Nah, man.
He thought he'd fucking do one of these numbers.
First one to
The old school, like, spin you above his head. Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, with the gorilla suit with SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
That's how that shit go down. What was
I don't remember. I
don't remember a gorilla suit and SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, dude.
One of the secret episodes, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
With the Patchy the Pirate.
Yeah. Yup. You had to be deep in SpongeBob to seen that one.
I watched a lot of SpongeBob.
Really?
That's
You
why
don't remember the
I'm-
one with the gorilla suit?
Yeah, I said that's why I'm surprised I don't remember that one. My parents usually get pissed because I'd watch SpongeBob.
Really?
Are you gonna light that or hold it like a dumbass the whole time?
Hold it like the Statue of Limitations.
I got this weed. I want to smoke it. You guys want to smoke this weed?
How many weeds is it?
Yeah,
One
I'm
metric.
kind of scared.
How many pieces of weed did you put in the joint?
One metric weed.
One metric.
I guess.
I'm gonna start using that measurement.
Enough to get 3 metric humans high.
Bro,
What about standard?
this is America. We don't. Yeah, we use standard. We don't use metric.
I mean,
12.34 human. 12 and 3/4 of a human off center.
Oh man. So like,
did you like Oblivion
yeah,
when you started? You started it?
yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't got like deep into it yet.
Yeah.
I found the first dude they tell you to find.
Martin Septim?
What?
Is it Martin Septim or Joffrey or
Joffrey.
Joffrey?
Yeah, dude.
Joffrey sends you. You know, I've never played this game. I don't know how the fuck I know
I
that.
was about to say,
I've
just
Dude,
say you
dude,
never
name
played
is
it.
literally Joffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jauffre. Joffrey.
But no, yeah, I found that dude and I robbed his house and they got pissed off at me and they fucking killed me twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they started defending their shit and they killed me and I got mad, so I went back and tried to fuck them up, but they're like super fucking strong. Yeah, they fucked me
That
up,
sounds
dude.
about like Skyrim.
Well, Oblivion.
Yeah.
This is part 4.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I'd say it
Elder
sounds
Scrolls
about right.
4.
Yeah,
Get it right, dude.
I know,
I'm
but
fucking sick of this shit.
but no, I did that shit in Skyrim. Remember I went and got fucking robbed somewhere, beat this, punched somebody.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Hell no.
Yeah, usually they don't.
Alright,
They'd
so
be pissed about it.
the first RPG I ever played was super, super late in my life. I was like, well, not super late,
Oh,
but
yeah, that's
later than should have been. I was like 14 or 15 the first time I played Fallout 3. I got to the first town after you get out of the vault. And I didn't know anything. You could pick up everything. There's like cups and pencils and
And that's
fucking-
what your inventory is full of, wasn't it?
No, I got caught stealing a clipboard. And I couldn't make it out of the town. I got caught stealing. I just picked it up. It was like, fuck it.
Oh,
It says
and
it's
then
worth.
they were like,
It says it's worth 3 cats. I stole it from the sheriff's office. The sheriff has all kinds. I'm only like level 1. I spend the next 20 minutes trying to shoot my way out of town. In that game, the gunplay sucks. You can't aim right when you're level 1. Your gun jams constantly. I only have like a BB gun that shoots fucking BB. This dude's shooting a shotgun at me. I can't even make it to the front gate without
Aren't you
getting
a
my
kid?
head blown off. I'm a teenager. You start off as a kid, but once you get out of the vault, you're
I
a
couldn't
teenager.
get out of the baby crate.
Damn, dude.
Dustin played the tutorial and then quit playing.
I didn't beat the tutorial.
No, man. If you didn't get out of the baby crate, that means you didn't even get to the book that lets you
No.
pick your initial stats.
Nah, dude. I was little when I was
He
playing
didn't
it.
even
I was a
get
kid.
to the tutorial.
I was a kid when I was playing it. I didn't like it.
I feel better now.
Oh yeah, I wasn't grown. I was definitely like I was a little kid when I was trying to play Fallout, and I was like, this shit's fucking weird.
I haven't played any of them.
I had to. I
It
literally
threw me off because I didn't know what the fuck to do.
I-
I was walking around in this baby room. I was like, it's stupid.
My boy Cody back then, he taught me how to play both of them games. Because they're both similar, but they just have different mechanics and functions. Like, he taught me how to explore in Elder Scrolls and Fallout. And then he taught me how to level up. He didn't really teach me. I just watched him play the game for like, you know what I mean?
That's teaching in its own
Yeah,
way.
you know what I mean? I peeped game from
Paying
him.
attention,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was peeping
Pick
game
it
from
up.
him like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense. Take these items, leave these items, and level these things up. You know, you want to have good speech, good intelligence, shit like that. Okay, that makes sense. Then I learned how to play pretty much every kind of role-playing game based on just what I learned from watching him play Bethesda games. And now they're fucking fun. You geek out, go to a different world. You know what's a fun fucking RPG? The Mass Effect games.
I never played any.
I
of them
played
either.
Mass Effect 3.
I've seen somebody.
You gotta
play
start
Mass
with one,
Effect.
brother.
Yeah, I never played one.
You start with one, and your character story progress follows through all three games. So the decisions you make in part one carry to part two. The decisions you make in part two carry to part three.
Yeah.
And then your combined decisions from both of those first two carry to part three too. So, like the
How
game.
does that work though? Like, do you gotta like load your save data from every game?
Yeah, if you have a saved file on the hard drive, so say you beat Mass Effect 1 and you load up Mass Effect 2 for the first time, it'll be like start new story or continue from previous save or like upload previous save or something like that. And then you'll pick that and it'll be like Mass Effect 1 from this. And you're playing Mass Effect 2 and it'll be like load file from Mass Effect 1 from this date. So based on what you did and the people who you let live or die, the decisions you made, the factions you chose, shit like that, that follows you. People will react different. If you were a dickhead in the first one, people will be like, "Oh, you're Shepard. You saved us, but you're a fucking piece."
asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool though. Like honestly,
And by the time you get to part 3, there are so many different interweaving plot lines that go so many different directions. You have different love interests that come and go. Some of them die depending on the decisions you make. Like, that shit gets deep, bro. By the way,
sounds like it.
Tali Zora is bae. That's the only lover in the universe or the galaxy. For my version of Commander Shepard, is Tali Zora.
Tali Zora.
Yeah, she's
Shout out Tali Zora.
She's an
I don't know who
alien.
that is.
She's an alien. Her knees bend backwards though, so I don't think doggy style would work. So there's that issue. But
That's like
we
But
worked
still
through
big
it.
shot work, wake shot work. Wake shot
We
work.
worked through it.
I mean, yeah, you could make it work. You find a way. Love always finds a way.
It does. It does. I also haven't played that game in like.
What kind of alien is she?
I don't
Are you
remember.
gonna go visit her parents or like bring her home to visit your parents? or
Dude, there's
anything?
so much lore behind her parents.
Are they cool or what?
Nah, her dad's kind of a dick. You have to like do some court shit, and then you find out her dad wasn't a dick. It's complicated.
Ain't got no dick.
Got no dick.
That's funny.
I miss Pops, man.
I got him on my Facebook.
Boot, that's a dude right there, man.
I
Boot
got him on
is
my
the man.
Facebook. I'll be seeing him on the book.
What it is?
What up?
I ain't got no chair.
That's alright. Got some food if you guys are hungry.
That's food.
No, they're standing in the bag. That's my food, yeah.
That's food.
What'd you have to
Potatoes.
do to get into Jabu's belly?
Jabuda.
But no, what you had to do to get in there?
I just had to go like roundabout to get everything in that shit. Like it's the same. You had to get the letter in a bottle, but
Welcome.
I couldn't find it. It was obviously it's not where it was. For everyone listening, we're talking about The Legend of Zelda ROM hack Voyager of Time now. But yeah, you had to fucking the bottle's not down in the lake where it normally is.
Yeah.
So you gotta like talk to everybody, and the one dude tells you that he's seen a bottle wash out to the fucking water temple. So long story short, you gotta kill all the fucking enemies in Lake Hylia as an adult and get the iron boots, and then you gotta go into the water temple and find Princess Ruto. And she tells you that she'll write you another letter because the one from before is lost to time.
No shit.
Yeah, from what I've been like seeing him do, it's like a completely different game.
Oh yeah.
It looked like it. He walked into the fire temple as a kid, and some fire.
Usually the fire temple's sealed off with big boulders.
Yeah. You have the
You can wear
Megaton hammer and shit.
Oh, that was cool. I got the Megaton hammer. You can use it as a kid. But
We're talking
it
about
hurts
Legend
you.
of Zelda Voyager's of Time.
He just said that.
It's the wrong hat. Is that right?
He just said
I
that.
didn't know that.
He was sitting right
I gotta say, you were here.
Yeah, but am I?
Are we all really here? Are we in?
No, he literally
Are we
just
there
said
yet?
I'm sorry. I'm retarded, guys.
that.
I'm retarded.
Traps.
I'll say it.
Dustin was mind blown. He seen me doing the bottom of the well, and I told him in original Ocarina of Time, I was like, yeah, this is where you get the Lens of Truth. And he's like, I don't remember doing this. He's like, I don't think this is where you get the Lens of
Bro,
Truth. Are
you've
you
definitely
sure?
done that. You've definitely done that.
I
bro.
know, but I don't think I ever went in that room he was in.
Yeah, I think it's a little side room. It's got like 6. I don't know. You might have to because you get a key from there.
Oh, maybe I did.
You gotta light all the torches and
It just didn't look
it
familiar.
opens up a certain coffin, and inside it's a key. But you might not need it because the like half of that's fucking optional.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the well, all you need to do is go until you find the Lens of Truth.
And you can beat the Shadow Temple without the Lens of Truth if you got a good memory.
Yeah, I was
If
saying,
you remember
you
the
know where
platforms,
everything's at. Yeah.
And you remember where the hookshot points are, you can beat that shit without. I've seen it done
Yeah.
by a fucking dumbass girl.
You got the-
A fucking stupid ass girl did it, dude. Like I'm just so us fucking
Should have seen her throwing bombs.
dude. We could do it.
She threw bombs like a girl.
And she
man.
didn't even have a key when she got to the door that she needed a hookshot to.
Stupid bitch.
Hey, you got the hook shot as a kid in that one, didn't you?
Yeah. I found the hook shot was in Jabu Jabu's belly. I got
And
it
there's
in
a bunch of
treasure
cows
chest.
in the belly.
Yeah, there was cows all
That makes
in
sense,
the fucking
though.
walls, and you had to shoot them, and they gave you certain
That's a
items.
great offering for like a godfish.
Well, not only that, like it was dropping chests
A
and shit like that
fish.
everywhere. Like that was completely different.
Yeah. It's kind of like I was worried for a minute because there for like the first like the Deku tree just seemed like it was gonna be a slightly different dialogue for the game, and then it
And
was
then after that, everything's been different.
yeah.
That's cool as fuck, though, man. I really appreciate that people still take time. Like the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time community is fucking.
This is what I was talking about too. Like I just want like the I've mentioned that before. Like I would put the items you need for the dungeons in different places. That way you didn't have to go to one certain dungeon, you know.
And that's kind of how that is.
Yeah,
ain't it?
like if you want to go to this dungeon, you need this item, but you gotta go do this side quest.
Where are you up to right now?
Well, it just it fucked up and froze.
Yeah.
The screen went all green and purple and shit, and then it froze.
Yeah,
so I'm back in the bottom of the well.
He was at Zora's River. He got up.
Had the blue flame
Yeah,
and everything.
I had to get the Giants wallet, and then I had to buy Blue Fire so I could melt fat
Where did you
Zora.
save it before that?
In the bottom of the well.
Okay, I was like, man, I hope you didn't do too much. Like, I hate when that shit
I
happens.
mean, overall, I didn't really do too much, but it took me a while because I didn't know what the fuck.
It took
I was
longer
doing.
to figure it out.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah, I
you
would
know.
say now I can just
you can
run
go
back
right to
through.
it.
Just
yeah.
hope I don't forget all the heart pieces and shit I got. But I'll
You
end up
did
getting
get a
them
couple.
anyway.
You did the frogs.
Yeah.
Do you think this one's
frogs.
harder than the original?
Probably right now, just because
Yeah, I
you
would
don't
say.
know what you're doing.
Yeah, I would say initially probably just because I know the original.
There was spinning
but-
blades in the
Yeah, I was
Deku
gonna
tree.
say, go back to how hard the original was before you knew everything about it. You know?
Yeah, I would say.
There were spinning blades in the Deku tree on this one. Like that's shit that don't happen.
I was
until
telling
later
them
in
somebody
the
needs to
game.
make one where there's a difficulty setting in the beginning of the game, like easy, medium, hard, then to just like defeat bosses and shit like that, like more hits and shit. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
I mean, they kind of do that in the later titles. They put hero mode in Skyward Sword.
Master
They have
mode.
Master mode in Breath of the Wild. I don't know if they have that in Tears of the Kingdom.
Did that make the
They
enemies
might.
harder in Master mode? I didn't think it did.
I mean, I had a tough time. With
Okay.
them. Those motherfuckers could kill me in one hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were stronger or if Link was weaker, but
That would be
that
bullshit.
shit was hard.
Master mode, you only get 3 hearts and a small stamina wheel. Like,
I mean, I've been doing 3 heart runs.
on Breath of the Wild.
I haven't done Breath of the Wild. I was thinking about playing that one again because I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Tears. It's not been. I think I had enough of that style.
I only
so-
started the beginning of Tears. I haven't even got out of like the first dungeon that started too often.
I'm still in the fire temple where I was. I just ran around in that room, tried to build a long ass fucking bridge, and it fell, and I was like, turn it off.
Damn.
yeah. I was upset. I was like, what the fuck? And I just spent 5 minutes putting fucking 9.
Here I
9
am
pieces
sitting at
of fucking-
Phantom Ganon. Just,
yeah.
dude.
He's at the fucking boss. He can't beat Phantom Ganon. I tried it. I didn't do it.
Ganon Fanon.
Yeah, Gantum Fanon.
Danny Phantom? What? He's in there?
Yeah, the Forest Temple, where there's usually a chest you can use the hook shot. It was a fucking thing you had to use the hammer for. That's what he said. He went there first and
Like a rusted switch.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there was
Rusted
a rusty
switch.
Yeah, but then he found a hammer and then he walked in the Forest Temple. I didn't know that was a rusty switch up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me give it the old college
Anybody's
try.
welcome to
And
this
he handed
too,
me
by
the
the way.
stick, so I'm doing it just how you usually do. I was like, damn. I kept falling, dude, because you got to jump because you can't hook shot over there no more. And I kept fucking falling. I finally
There
got
was
it.
some things in the newer games I wish that were there from the old games, like the hook shot and stuff like that. Like, that wasn't in Breath of the Wild or anything. Like, I wish they would have added those.
I was really bored by Breath of the Wild.
I like Tears
This
better than
motherfucker
Breath of the
100%'d
Wild,
it.
too.
I was not impressed by it. It was
I like Tears better. I don't know why. I didn't like Breath of the Wild.
there was a
either.
lot to explore, but it was all just the same thing.
I liked the matching outfits, and that's probably the one thing I liked the most in Breath of the Wild was, like, the sets of outfits you could fucking find.
You know what else matched though? Like the green and red and blue tunics. They just were perfectly coordinated. The hat matched the shirt, matched the skirt. Like that shit was all.
I thought it was harder to find those in Breath of the Wild than it was, like, in the older games, you just went to a shop and you bought them. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was part of the fucking point of Breath of the Wild, though. Make everything an expansive fucking adventure.
Yeah, and I see what they were doing. Like, it was fun, you know, like for that kind of game. But it wasn't a Legend of Zelda game to me. I wasn't like super impressed.
I liked Breath of the Wild, but
And it was very repetitive.
I very much prefer older Zelda, like traditional Zelda styles.
I will say though, all them shrines,
It was a shit ton.
Like, did kind of like be like, as soon as that little boop, 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 I was like, oh shit, I'm close. Oh, I'm close. And it would kind of pique a little bug in me, but like remembering that game, like I didn't even finish it. I think I got to the Ganon fight and was like, Master Sword breaks. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah, that was like my least favorite part about that.
Didn't
game.
the Hyrule Shield break too in that game? I believe it did.
I never broke on me. I lost it one time because the boss.
Yeah, you got into a boss fight, and at the end of the boss, did it like fall on the ground,
Yeah.
and then he exited the boss fight?
It was one of the Divine Beast boss, the Thunderblight. He shocked me, and my shield fell off, and then I beat him, and then it wouldn't let me go back to that room. It just instantly teleported me out. I had to get a new Hylian shield. Now, I never seen it break, and I beat the shit out of that shield before I got my new one. But I've heard people say it can break, and I've never researched it any further than that.
I like that you can get your own house in Breath of the Wild. Get your own house and put fucking weapons up in it and
you
shit.
get your own house just to give it to Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh really?
Whore.
Bitch.
She takes the house.
I don't.
She's like, this place is nice. Thanks.
I've
In
seen
Tears of the
videos that
Kingdom,
say
you build your own house too. You get to settle in and stuff,
That's dope.
and build an entire house and rooms and put furniture in it.
Kind of like a Sims a
You
little
gotta build a
bit.
whole entire fucking city in Breath of the Wild.
That's true. I didn't even do that.
Town, I did
Yeah.
did fucking everything in Breath of the Wild, except for the Koroks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you 100% of the game. Besides
I have to
that,
take a piss. I'll be right back.
no, I thought it was because you looked up what the fucking reward was for the Korok seeds, and it was a golden poop.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Just a
fuck this
fucking
shit.
Pile of shit. I was
Yep.
like, I'm not fine. I got up to 400 something, so I
No.
could max out all my equipment. And then, I was close to it, and then I looked up what the fucking reward was, and I was like, I'm not gonna find all that for that bullshit. I don't care about
just
that.
a golden turd.
Yeah.
But you got all the outfits. I think you 100% of the entire game
Yeah,
besides the
I
Korok
did- yeah,
seeds.
that's the only thing I didn't do, and I did it in master mode. I never.
What if there's an
You
achievement
better
for
go
it?
get that golden turd.
No.
No, I was gonna say, what if there was an
No.
achievement to 100% the game? Would you go back and get the Korok seeds for that?
If there were achievements, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe if it was Xbox or something.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
If it counted towards my
I remember
Xbox
doing the
achievements, I
achievements
would.
in Xbox, but I don't do them with the PlayStation. But Xbox back in the day, I used to
Just
grab
up that
the
gamer score.
achievements. Yeah.
Well, they got on the Xbox now. They got leaderboards that they show every month between you and your friends. It tells you where you rank.
Oh, is
with
that
your
why
friends.
you get excited when
Yeah.
I get an achievement for you? I was playing
Yeah,
Indiana
see that
Jones.
because me and Curtis are tied for one right now.
Yeah.
It was only 30 points, because it's
Yeah.
only fucking 2 days into May. But
Oh, that's dope. So I just got an Indiana Jones one for
yeah,
you.
so I was saying now I'm in the lead by 10 points.
That's
So,
dope.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That stupid motherfucker's playing that Expedition 33 like I am, though, so he'll probably have more by tomorrow. That bitch.
He just
Well,
magically
Brad-
plays it weird hours.
Because he gets up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Because he's
he
got work. See, I get up at 4 in the morning, but I gotta leave at 5.
He
don't
gets
have
up
to-
and plays the game.
Yeah, I would say he don't have to leave until later, so he's up early. And he ain't got nothing else to do, so he just plays these games. It's a good strategy. I like it.
Devin's got a new game for you that you'll really fucking like. It's a turn-based game, and it says it's better than Final Fantasy.
That's probably Expedition 33.
Yep.
It's not better than Final Fantasy.
That's what he said. He
Yeah,
says
yeah.
he's
He
not.
He
Final-
said, I was just gonna say
He
it's
can-
probably not better.
No, I
Yeah.
was just gonna say Final
It's-
Fantasy. That's a good spoonerism.
It is Final Fantasy.
Fatal Fantasy.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's sweet. I like it. Curtis said kind of the same thing. He was like, "This might be the best game ever," and I'm like, "It's a turn-based game. It's not gonna be the best game ever."
That's what I'm.
But when's the last time they
South
came out with a
Park.
But
badass
it's
turn-based
way
game?
South
better
Park.
than
How
a
exciting.
normal
No, I'm just
turn-based
playing.
game.
No,
How
that's true.
exciting
That's up there.
is a turn-based game? Like, okay, so I can get hit And then while I'm scrolling through my options, I can stop and make a fucking turkey sandwich.
True.
And everyone's just standing there like
Waiting.
doing their fight stance.
From what he said, though, the
Meanwhile-
graphics are
meanwhile,
spot
I'm
on and
spreading
the music
mayonnaise
is
on a
spot
piece of
on.
bread. It's like fucking. I'm hungry.
The South Park games ain't bad.
The Stick of
Fractured
Truth and
Butthole. I
the
played the Fractured
Fractured
Butthole. Yeah.
I beat the first one. I haven't beat Fractured Butthole, but
Never
I've been
played
playing
that
it.
one.
It's really good.
Dude, so I made
Stick
the
of
mistake
Truth.
back in the day
Stick of
buying
Truth
the
is
game
good,
for
dude.
my
Oh, you
brother
never
like
played
at the
Fractured
age of
Butthole?
like 9
Oh,
or
that
10.
was fun.
Like I made the mistake of the buying the game for him at the like he was like 9 or 10. I'm sitting there watching him play it and I'm like, I think I just made a mistake.
For who?
My brother.
Oh, and for the Stick of Truth?
Yeah. When they're going through like the sex scene or something like that, or like, and I'm just like,
No, yeah, you're shrunk and like you're doing the boss fight on your mom and dad's bed. And
Yeah.
you gotta dodge your dad's ball sack like
Yes.
4 times.
Yeah.
And the Fractured
Banging.
Butthole, when you're making your guide, the difficulty
Is how
It's the same
Yeah.
in Stick
Yeah.
of Truth.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh, no shit.
And you get abducted by the aliens in the Stick of Truth, and you get to see Randy and everybody get anal probes and
That's
shit.
funny.
You have to learn how to do abortions.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just those things right there. I was like watching my brother play it, and I was just like, I think I made a mistake.
You ever play the Family Guy game back in the day?
That's
That
a
shit was
good-ass
fun.
game. I like
It
that.
was
game.
fun.
Enter
I don't
the
remember that one.
Multiverse is
Nah,
a good one.
Oh, I played that on
What
the
was it on?
360. That was fun. I beat that
Oh, you
one.
talking about a different one?
No, the Family Guy. Oh no, the Family Guy.
Family
No,
Guy
like
game.
the original
Was that on
Xbox and the
PlayStation?
PS2 back in the
Oh.
day.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought that was Enter the Multiverse.
Nope, that was newer. There's a one before that.
I didn't play that.
That was, yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah, I played Enter the Multiverse. That game was fun as fuck.
Yeah, I played that on 360. That was fun. I
Yeah.
beat that one too.
I didn't think there was a big difference between the Stick of Truth and the.
But the
Fractured
first one
Butthole.
was better.
Well,
First
I
one.
mean,
No.
it's just the story. It's the same.
But it was just all the same. Like,
Yeah, it was the same gameplay and everything. But I mean, it didn't have to be any different for it to
I'm
work.
surprised they didn't come out with a third one after that.
Nah, they probably. I mean, they might at some. Oh no, they did. They just came out with
That
a new
one.
one.
That one was better than the Multiverse.
Oh, Family Guy video game.
Yeah.
Was it better than that?
I
Let me
liked
see
it.
it.
I thought it was better.
I remember the cover now.
Yeah, they did just come out with another South
And
Park
then,
game. It's called Snow
and
Day.
then they made that
It's
one.
got
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one I played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Snow Day.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking sweet.
It's always
Or
snow
at
there.
least it looks like it. They made different like graphics with it and stuff. It's not like the traditional South Park art style. It's like a 3D game.
Okay.
Like cel shaded almost.
Something like that.
Kind of reminds me of what they did with Plants
That
vs.
was the
Zombies. then.
graphics though, but I thought it was more fun.
I mean, shit, whatever. You ain't gotta have fucking
That's a nice doobie.
pristine graphics.
Yeah, I try to roll them like a.
It's running a little bit.
Uh-oh. There you go. Do your thing, bro. We all know how to fix a running joint.
Somebody's learning right now.
Dustin. That one's dying. It's not dying.
We're all dying.
And I follow suit. That joint will correct itself. Just hit it harder on the one side. Just hit it harder on the one side.
There you
It'll-
go.
I mean, that's what your mom said, so I mean, we just go by that.
Every single day. And she would not leave me alone about it.
I had to block her calls eventually.
Jeez, but I got her that unlimited texting, so this was back in the late 2000s. Unlimited
When it was
texting
25
was a real
cents a
thing.
text.
Unlimited texting was
After
a real
that.
thing back then.
Unlimited texting after 9.
Yeah, free text. after
The anytime
9.
minutes. The anytime minutes were real.
Back when there was Virgin Mobile.
That's when I did my pimping.
Shit, Verizon had free text
There
after
was-
9 too. That was all anybody had. That was the big shit back then.
Before that, though, I was doing
Shoot, before that, I
the
was
wall
paying
phone.
$200-300 a
the
day.
landline. The lamp.
I'm just glad we didn't grow up in that generation that had the briefcase
We
phone.
had a
Can you imagine
cordless
carrying around a
phone,
big
man.
old briefcase phone?
Okay, so my old man had cell phones like crazy since like the mid '80s, and when I was like 9, 10 years old, he was like, "Here, man, go ahead and play with these," and he gave me this fucking big Rubbermaid that was full of old ass cell phones. And
There were some pagers in there too.
dude, there were hella pagers. I used to play spy games, dude, and I would have I had 3 briefcase phones. So me and my sister, my cousins, we could all have a briefcase phone for our team, and we would pretend. You know what I mean? Like,
That's dope.
dude,
We're playing hide and go seek with briefcase phone.
dude, yeah, it was like our hide and go seek was crazy. Because we had the fucking briefcase phone, and we all had our individual cell phones,
Have you ever-
pagers on our hip for no reason.
Have you ever played a game of hide and go seek where you won and nobody came and found you? Like you eventually had to come out of your
fell
hiding
asleep.
spot, like come out of your hiding spot like an hour later. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And where was you hiding at?
Best hiding spot I ever had was my old bedroom. Was like, so like I didn't even use my closet. I had this stairway to nowhere that was in another part of the house that I hung. There was a curtain rod hung up, and I just hung all my clothes in there.
so you couldn't even see it.
So I stuffed my bed into where the the slide open closet doors go. I just took the doors out, slid my bed into there, and opened up my tiny ass bedroom a little in my mom's house. And there was a thin gap between the wall and my bed, and I fucking got over. I was probably like 16, 17, 18, dude. Like living at my mom's house, dude. And when motherfuckers was like, dude, let's do this. Like, all right, fuck yeah. I got you, little siblings. You want to play hide and go seek with the master? I've been doing this forever. I would just fucking make my bed and then roll in between that little cavity between my wall and just kind of chill there with my phone.
Did you have a makeshift wall just for hide and go seek? Like,
No, dude, it wasn't a
I
makeshift
know it
wall.
wasn't, but
It was just, I would roll. I would make my bed, get under the blanket, then roll very slowly and neatly in between my wall and my bed, and then I would just text.
So talking about best
Bullshit.
hiding spots that were like
I
prime.
was never found. I've never told my siblings that. You guys are the first motherfucker I've ever told that information to, and I'll never tell them little pieces of shit.
Is the house still in your family? Is the house still in your family?
No, it's
Aw.
not. It's not. So this is, it's perfect.
I wonder if anybody else used that as a hiding spot in the future. That would have been funny as shit.
I hope so.
So best hiding spots that are prime. You remember those old ass big couches that like somehow there was a big empty space behind like where you sit in like the back spot.
Yeah.
Like so somehow you could get in there and it was
Yeah.
like a whole nother like a coffin and like people didn't know to check that spot, so like that was prime. Like nobody knew about that shit.
Dude, I got stuck in a fold-out couch once.
Did you lift up the back part and get down in there?
Yeah, when it's folded out?
Yeah, I was,
You know how the head part, you can lift it and it'll lock in place so that it's reclined up? Did you climb back there and then push it down?
Yeah, probably.
something like I don't really remember like what happened. I was really little when it happened. But we were we were playing on this couch, it was me and my cousin, and then, like I was pulling like the bed part up, and I like got in the little crease, and then all of a sudden it just like folded back in, and I couldn't stop it.
You're
I
lucky
was
it
just,
didn't
like-
crush you, dude.
I was just like in there, and I told her, I was like, "Go get Gran."
Oh,
like,
shit.
And then apparently she got scared and just went into the other room.
And didn't tell anybody, so you're trapped there?
Yeah, she went in there and fucking sat in the corner and started crying.
Your only hope abandoned you.
Yeah.
The dog comes in and you're like, go get help! Go get help!
You needed Lassie at that moment, dude. He ain't lying.
I'm stuck in the couch!
He ain't lying.
Instead of stuck in the well.
Not the well, the couch.
Everybody go check
Fuck.
the well.
Yeah, they checked the well anyway. Alright, he's not here. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, BK's in the couch like this.
There for a moment, I thought you said you were going to do it with your brothers there for a second. Like, I thought that's where the story was going, and they just kept you there. Like, oh, I guess he's stuck. Like,
But you know what? You would have died doing what you love.
Love playing on
death by couch? That would be so
You would've died
shitty.
doing what you love, man. We would have respected it.
Putting that on the tombstone. Death by couch.
Yeah, that would not be ideal.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't ideal. It was a very small space.
I did
Buried with the couch.
I did get myself locked under a couch one time at my grandma's house. She had this Davenport. You know what a Davenport is? It's like a big wraparound couch.
Yeah.
It goes around like the whole living room. You got big living room. It's like a big curved wraparound couch, and the long side had the fold out sofa bed. We used to sleep on that bitch every weekend. Me and my little sister, we would have our ice cream.
Shit, I probably would have rather
watch
slept on
movies.
that than bed, the regular bed. Just like, I'm
Dude,
sleeping on the couch.
It was so cool. And one night, me and my sister were fucking way later than we should be playing around, and we were taking to. You can pull the head.
Fucking hoodlum.
You can pull the head part up, and it like reclines up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it inclines up so that you can have your head up while you're watching TV or whatever. And then if you pull it again, it unlocks and it goes back down.
That was a fancy ass couch, dude.
So I put my sister in it. I put my sister in it and I shut it, and she's like, it's scary in here. She's just playing, so I pop it back open because I know how to do it. And she's like, that's funny, and I'm like, all right, it's my turn. Close me in there. And so I pop my dumb ass in there, and then I shut it. And then this fucking weak ass, she was only like 2 or 3 years old.
She couldn't get you out.
This weak ass bitch couldn't lift the top up. I can't push it up from where I'm at because the angle won't let me. I'm freaking the fuck out. I freaked the fuck out.
Trapped. I'm a taco for the rest of my life.
No, I wasn't even folded into the couch.
It wasn't even
Okay,
folded.
Just
okay,
under
so
it.
look. So if this is the couch, right?
Yeah.
If this is the couch, or the head part of the couch bed, the rest of the bed's right here, and then the back part where you sit, if it's a regular sofa, is right here.
Yeah.
If you lift up on where you lay your head, where your pillows would go, you lift up like this, and it locks into place.
Yeah.
And then there's a cavity underneath
Yeah.
the regular back. I was underneath the back of the couch. I wasn't folded. I was just in a coffin.
Okay.
I was just in a.
That reminds me of that hiding spot.
I was in a coffin, dude. But I was like 4. I wasn't ready for this kind of claustrophobia. I'm screaming. My grandma and grandpa have been asleep for about 2 or 3 hours. Me and my sister should have been asleep for like 4 or 5 hours.
Can you imagine if you had horrible
How long did it
parents? They're
take?
just like, this is where you go when you get in trouble. Like,
100%. That's a punishment spot if you really want to fuck with a kid. I did it to myself like an asshole.
How long did it take for them to?
I was probably down there for like 2 to 4 minutes. It felt like 60 to 80 years.
did you ever do it for fun? Remember the beds that like the single beds that like separate and they fold back up like a taco, and you like put yourself in between them like as it's folded up.
Like a rolling futon.
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Cod or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I never did that.
I've never even been in the same room as one. I've never even been in the same
They're like
room
our
as
family.
Wow,
We
fucking
had better shit than that.
high roller over here.
I mean, I had a futon, but it was part of bunk beds.
I had a futon.
Oh, dude, remember that wooden futon bunk bed I had growing up in high school?
That's
Yeah.
player. Mine was metal. It was all like.
Ours was
Like metal.
wooden.
That's
So
dope.
we would put up sheets and blankets in the bottom part where the couch area was.
That's
We'd just
pretty
sit there
dope.
and clam bake that shit. Like, it was a clam baking room.
Yeah,
definitely.
that was all we did.
And my brother sleeping on the top bunk, just little baby fucking just getting blazed out. Like,
I got that set of bunk beds. Me and my sister, because we had a little room in the Point Place. I got it when I was in 1st grade, and I'm pleased to report I had sex on that shit when I was in 8th grade. I had that bunk bed for so long. Nobody ever slept on the top unless I had company over. And then they would sleep on the top, but it was empty all the time.
And then I scored.
And then I scored on that motherfucker, dude. Pleased to report
Dude, I love when you score on something and you give it to Goodwill, and then you're walking in there like 2-3 weeks later and it's out for sale, and you're like, I scored on that couch. Someone else is gonna buy it and use it.
Somebody walking by like, I fucked on that couch.
I've got one that I'm ashamed about.
Oh.
My mom got this couch. It's like this. It was just this old school. She got it from my
Leather
great-grandma.
Corinthian.
She got it from my great grandma. It was like this pearly white. Like it had like the armrest on one side, then it had like the wooden armrest with the rest of the pearly white thing, and then it wrapped up. No, this thing.
Oh, that's old school. That's like Victorian.
This
shit.
thing is from like the 1940s or something. It was my great grandma's, and I broke it fucking my girlfriend on it when I was a sophomore. I had her on her knees, and her hands were on the back of it, and I was just fucking pressing the fuck out of her. And the back just fell off of it. And I just, you know how when screws get stripped out of wood, you can kind of push them back in?
So you just pushed it back together?
Yeah, dude. And my mom inherited this thing from my great-grandma. And it was just...
You're like, I'm not about to tell anybody this shit.
I randomly one night, me and my friend Cody just turned the basement into my bedroom, and that was the only room for that couch because we had furniture. The house was fully furnished. That couch was down there. We just set it up. That was such a dope ass bedroom. I got so much pussy down there.
That was the showpiece of the room, probably. They walked downstairs.
Dude,
and was like,
no, the showpiece of the room was the projector.
Ah, okay,
That's
nice.
why I lost my virginity, dude.
The projector.
The projector. The Zoom box projector, dude. The Zoom box was dope. But, no, I broke my great-grandma's couch. When I was like
you know what? She probably
15.
banged on it, too, you know?
When I was like 15... I was like 15, like I'm banging this 14-year-old when I'm 15, like just I broke the couch with her. Just like that was, it just felt wrong years after the fact. And it was wrong during the fact. Like
I can't really say I've broken them with something I've banged on.
it was an old sofa. I'm not gonna toot my own horn that hard.
These screws were 3 meters thick.
Oh, good.
It was old.
It wouldn't have been too hard to break it
Built in World War II.
I'm sure.
Oh.
And then I broke her pussy.
Maybe.
I fucked on a waterbed one time.
That would be weird.
It was just as bad as everybody ever says.
At least you didn't pop the waterbed while you were fucking it. Like you.
Same girl. We used to bang on her older sister's bed. It was a waterbed, and it was weird because like the way their house was set up, like
It was in a trailer.
It was a house for sure. It was a house. I remember that. No, but where the bedroom was, so you go into the living room and then you can go into the sister's bedroom off this way or the kitchen off this way, and then there was a little back door hallway that went to the basement, and her grandparents, she lived with her grandparents were always in the basement, and the only thing separating that back door hallway from the sister's bedroom and the back steps was just this thin little sliding door. And I used to just knock that shit through the waterbed regularly.
Yeah, I imagine it feel weird on a waterbed. Like just rot, like with like the worm. It's like you're doing.
It's just definitely not comfortable to lay in because every little movement is making the entire bed go.
Yeah, right. You're getting a good move and fuck up, and then all of a sudden you're like fucking rolling over.
Like laying on pissed off Jello.
Yeah.
Not fucking.
He's trying to fucking throw you off.
What if you put a bunch of Jello inside of a waterbed? That's something probably somebody hasn't done. Just fill a waterbed up with Jello. Like,
give it a goog.
Oh yeah.
Give it a goog. I'm definitely Googling.
Just
that.
Google filling a waterbed with and then hit.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever filled a waterbed with Jello?
like for real.
Like for real. Yes, Charles Hall, the inventor of the modern waterbed, initially experimented with Jello and
Nuh-uh.
cornstarch. Yeah, I'm reading it.
You're lying.
Dang it! I bet he made $1 million.
Fucking threw it off. Don't even remember where his early attempts, however, resulted in a heavy, smelly, and ultimately unsuccessful Jello bed. This led him to the idea of using water as the filling for the water bed. Who fucking figured? He built the water bed and decided what?
What about those beads that blow up? The beads you shoot out of a gun, you put them in water.
Oh yeah, the gel beads.
The gel beads. What if you filled a water
blaster.
bed, a water bed up with the gel beads?
Give it a go. Has anybody ever filled a water bed with gel blaster beads?
I bet that would feel different than a water bed.
Yes, people have filled water beds with gel blaster beads. Known as Orbeez or water beads. These beads are super absorbent polymers that expand significantly when hydrated. Now, this is boring the shit out of anybody that's watching this show. No, but yeah, I guess they did it.
Damn it.
They did it.
All right, funny lovemaking stories. Like those are pretty fucking funny. So when I was roommates with his brother, we lived in a really small house. We call it the Smurf house. But our bedrooms were right next to each other, and our closets connected. It was just one long closet between the two, and the two doors were on the opposite sides of the room. So like I could go into the door, walk down the closet, and you could pop out his room. So we've banged many ladies in that house before. Like I've banged ladies in the house, and he's banged ladies in that house. And like on the nights that like he was banging or I was banging, we'd stick our head in the closet and go, "That's my dog."
Oh, yeah. You gotta throw props where props are due.
Like he's done it to me and I've done it to him. Like midway through, not in the beginning, but midway through pounding him. That's my dog.
Okay, so I wasn't love making in this story, but
Hate fucking?
no, there was this one time. So I was like maybe 16. I was like a sophomore, and I was cool. My boys, unnamed friends of mine. I'm not even gonna do the old gag. I'm gonna call them this and this because I'm not gonna do that. But they picked me up and they were like, "Yo, we're going to this Mud Hens game." I was like, "Dude, I don't even have any money." They're like, "No, you don't understand. We're going to this Mud Hens game. We got your money. We both work at Little Caesars. We're balling, bitch. We're going to this Mud Hens game because they sell ice cream and helmets, and we have a bottle of SoCo, and we're gonna do shots out of these helmets." Which is, that's a good enough reason to get out of the house. So
At 16, yeah.
So we get done with the game, and then we pick up these two bitches, and then we drop my one friend off, and it's me and this other bitch, and my boy and this other bitch, and they start fucking in the front seat. We go to the projects. We're just 4 white kids from start. We go to these projects, and my friend starts fucking this girl in the front. He goes to the passenger seat, and he reclines the seat back on me. I'm sitting behind the passenger seat. I'm sitting behind the passenger seat, and he gets in the passenger seat, and before I can even I'm drunk, dude. We've been doing SoCo shots out of helmets all night. I'm fucked up. We've been smoking weed out of fucking parachute pipes. I'm fucking destroyed. 16 years old. Before I can scoot over, me and the other girl are actually trapped under the seat. Super embarrassing. I'm like,
You think she wasn't giving you a BJ or something?
No,
You like
dude.
reclined the seat on
dude.
top of her head or something?
Nah, dude. I tried to kiss her. She was like, nope.
Aw, what a
She was
prude
like,
bitch.
no fucking way. And so this is just the first part. So Buddy Boy's getting ridden in the front seat. I'm just like this with the seat on me and feeling it like his head.
They didn't even let
bounced
you
back.
out. They just continued.
No, it was a 2-door car.
Okay.
I'm in the back seat. And then so they get out and they got the hood, the headlights on and everything, and he just fucking lays her on her back across the hood, and he's just standing at the front, just fucking. He had a cross.
This does sound like a hood in Toledo.
He had a cross. He was a ginger, red hair, cross-eyed. all kinds of acne.
What the fuck?
And he got the
And
chick
he's
that
just like
night.
looking around, just like he was a senior. We were sophomores. The girls
Did you pick up these girls at the Mud Hens game?
No, dude. They were girls that we went to school with. And the girl that got fucked was talking to the guy that we dropped off earlier. Before that, the guy that got dropped off,
Yeah.
he was like trying to mac on her. And then I watched Buddy Boy fucking plow her in 2 different spots of his car.
So this chick was easy.
So after they get out, we're like right in between me and the other girl. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I've known this girl since like 4th grade that I tried to kiss, and then she was like, no. I'm like, yo, my bad about that. Let me just walk you home, and then I'm going home too. This is fucking weird. That's not what happens. That's not what happens. Me and him end up lost in Michigan with a fucking 18-pack of fucking Bud Light cans between us. Lost in Michigan. I don't even drink beer at this point. I'm just so fucked up that I'm drinking whatever's put in front of me. He has no clue where we're at. We're just driving on country roads. No GPS. But yeah, I watched this guy, Joe. I'll give Joe away. His name was Joe.
Average Joe.
I watched Joe, cross-eyed Joe,
Cotton-eyed Joe.
fuck this gal on the roof of his car.
And on your face.
And on my face. Yeah. I was reclined under the seat, just like this. Just seat on me.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I could just feel
I tried to fuck while driving one time. That was so dangerous.
unless you have the self-driving shit, man. You're
It was
playing
not
without
self-driving. No, it was.
me. I got head in a car wash.
I've gotten head while driving before, twice, 2-3 times. Like, that's nice.
Head in the car wash. Head in a Taco Bell line, and then like a year later. Okay, so
She was working at Taco Bell.
no, I got the head in the Taco Bell line, and this dude, it's a long Taco Bell line. I'm even with the door, the one on Alexis Road in Toledo, and this dude walks out, and I'm in the driver's seat, and the dude's like, he's a black dude. He's like looking in the windshield like, oh shit! He sees us go. He sees fucking baby girl's hair bouncing up and down, and the fucking. So, fast forward a year, me and the same girl, my girl, we're sitting in the bar, and there's this black dude. He's in there. He's cool as fuck, and he's like, I'm like, hey man, by the way, my name's Rob. He's like, Rob, nice to meet you. I'm blah blah blah. He's like, but you know what? I know you. These 2 stories don't register to me at this point.
Yeah, you're like, I don't remember you.
I'm like, oh, where we meet each other here before? He's like, nah, man, I remember you, bro. I remember you from Taco Bell. I'm like, what? He's like, you was in that white SUV. And you was getting topped off by that bitch, and she put her head up, and you pushed your shit back down because you was trying to be cool, bro. But I remember you, bro.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Your chick at the time was like,
No, she was like drunk, so whatever.
okay.
She was drunk at the bar, like, oh yeah, that did happen.
That did happen.
Yeah, Taco Bell fucking roadhead. That's happened twice, actually.
Now, did you go up to like where you get your food and she was still doing it?
No.
Like, don't even.
It was a long line.
Okay, I was about to
was
say,
a
like, you're going to get your food, you're like, yeah.
No, it was a long line. She was done before we got.
So back in the day when we used to work at Wendy's, we used to fucking be like titties for Frosties, and like fucking chicks in the drive-through line would just flash and they get free Frosties.
Yeah, dude.
Those were good times.
Summer nights. Drunk bitches getting off the Jet Express.
And they'd come through the drive-through and then.
I fumbled the bag hard. Probably didn't. It probably would have amounted to nothing. But when I first started delivering from Marco's, I was split between 2 stores, and one of them was in UT's like district.
That's shitty.
Nah, man. This store.
You had to go to 2 different stores.
Yeah, but I mean, not on a single day. You know, I would.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant on the same day. I was like, that's whack as shit.
I would spend like 2 or 3 days at one store, 2 or 3 days at the other.
Okay,
store.
that makes more sense.
But the Door and Burn store is in UT's area, and one of the first, it was probably in the first month or 2 I was working there. I'm delivering to the UT area. It's like 2 pizzas and a cheesy bread to this one dude. I pull up to the house. I'm driving a Cadillac, a red Cadillac DeVille.
Oh,
it's
lead
beautiful. I get out of the car with pizza. It's wintertime. And there's these 2 drunk sluts walking with a dude. And the one girl's like, "Oh my God, is that pizza?" I was like, "It sure is." And she was like, "Oh my God, I would fucking suck your dick for a pizza right now." My dumbass delivered the pizza.
Especially if you would have like not stayed at that job for much longer after that. Like it's your last day or tomorrow or something. You're like, yeah, fuck it.
Even worse, I stayed for like another 2 years. I became a manager. By the time I left, I thought about that story probably like once a month.
I should have just gave her the pizza.
I thought about that incident once a month, and I was like, dude, it was wintertime. The roads were icy. I should have just said I dropped that fucking pizza and got my dick sucked by this hot blonde.
I slipped and fell and dropped the pizza in the snow.
I gotta come back and I gotta get them remade. Take them off.
You're getting the head at the same time. I gotta come back to the store and get that pizza remade.
$20.
Yeah,
for some fucking whore to suck my dick.
Dude, that'd be so funny if you're at the house, you're delivering it. You're at the house, you're delivering.
Basically money laundering because I'm not directly paying for the head. You know what I mean? I'm washing it through the pizza industry. Fuck.
You're a better man than I am because I would have maybe done it.
Dude, I was a schmuck. I was new. I just wanted to keep my
That
job.
reminds me of those videos where someone's delivering a pizza. It's a porn video. They're delivering a pizza, and the chick, answers the door naked. They're like, "I'm not paying for the pizza tonight. I'm paying for my body." Like, you just like.
I had a chick when I delivered for Cameo that answered the door. She wasn't completely naked. She had a blanket on, but she told me as soon as she opened the door, she said, "Don't come into the doorway or you have to get naked. I'm having a party in here." And I was like,
So
what?
you almost got delivered to a pizza orgy, bro. Like, that was probably a pizza orgy.
Yeah, dude. It was out in fucking Catawba. It was crazy.
I walked into crack houses to deliver a pizza. I would have walked into that shit. My little freaky ass back when I was 22, 23.
I walked into a bachelorette party one time.
22, 23. My little freaky ass was getting naked. I was in shape and everything.
I know on Put in Bay they'd be doing that shit.
I would have been in. I would have been late as fuck back from that delivery.
Dude,
I would have almost been.
Now I know why all those delivery take like 2-3 hours to get to you.
Out of there. You don't understand.
That's what you got to think when your 2-3 hour delivery is late. You're like, my pizza was out for delivery 2 hours ago. This dude better be getting fucking laid. Like,
yeah, right. He's so fired if he's not.
I'm not gonna lie, I loved my pizza job, dude.
Me too, dude.
After a while, I stopped working at Door and Burn, and it was only at Central and Douglas. And I worked with a solid crew of people. It was probably the second most fun job I had to Buck Brothers.
Yeah.
And we used to make fun of the GM all the time. When he was just talking to you, he would have a voice like,
that'd be hard to understand.
He talked kind of gruff, and he talked like that. But if he was trying to yell across the store, he'd be like, "Hey, Becky, do we have any small squares?" So naturally, we picked up on this, and if he was trying to get your attention, the first thing he would say is, "Hey." So we would throw our own hays around. One time, he was leaving. He was out the back door, and he was like, "Hey, do we have any sub boxes?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I was standing right
I probably would have did the same thing.
Bro, it was too easy. It was too easy. We picked on this fucker relentlessly. My one boy, God bless him. This motherfucker Gully is the coolest motherfucker, dude. He used to call him sheep ass to his face because he smelled like shit. He smelled like the worst BO ever. This motherfucker Glenn.
Sheep ass?
He used to, he was from St. Louis. This motherfucker would be like, man, that motherfucker smell like sheep ass. And Glenn would be like, hey, Trout. And he'd be like, what you want, sheep ass? What you want, sheep ass?
So this is probably, I would have to say, just as funny as that. But like, so me and Digby are working out at this restaurant, and we got a new employee on the line. It was like a small fat guy, like slow as fuck, sweated a lot. He had to been a big ass drinker because he was just pouring sweat,
Dripping it.
Yeah, and we were all getting waters to the line, and we all look at him and we're like, "You want water?" He's like, "Water!" Like it almost sounded like off of SpongeBob when you're like, chocolate. like
I don't need it.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't need it.
he was like, "Why? Yeah, I'll take it." And Digby looks right up and he goes, "Chocolate."
It was this motherfucker Kenny that used to work with us at Buc-ee's.
Okay, I don't remember.
And
You don't hear many buggies around here.
he would be like, he would do this shit 1,000 times a day. He would clear his throat. He would be like, he was a truck driver. He would be like,
You know what's a black dude?
yeah, he was funny. He was cool as fuck. He was super cool, but he would just be in the middle of talking. Yeah, well, I was at the quarry, and them motherfuckers said they was gonna be done loaded by.
How did I bust up laughing on him, dude?
Who said I didn't, motherfucker? Who said I didn't make that same exact sound while he was still doing it?
I was like, "Are you choking?" Sound like you choking on dick while he's talking to you.
He was a black dude. I watched his boss call me that, or I watched our boss call me the N-word in front of him. Our boss called me the N-word in front of him, and
So?
he was a black dude.
And he was just like, "Wait a second."
Dude, Kenny just walked away. He shook his head. He was like, dude, what the fuck? He just had that look on his face like, what the fuck?
As long as you're not racist with it, it's
and
all
Matt-
cool. Like shit.
And Matt, well, this is the second time he called me a N-word in front of a black dude. This is the second time he's done that. And when the first dude tried to sue the company.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So when he did it that time, Kenny was just like, he just walked away with that what the fuck look on his face.
For real, petty ass shit.
And Matt looked at me. And was like, "Bob, I think I fucked up." And I was like, "You don't say." And then I went back to strapping equipment to the trailer.
They were just trying to get money.
Bob, I think I fucked up.
Yeah.
Sure did. You shouldn't have.
See, I don't know how he can sue you guys, but at the same time, it's not like he was being called the N-word or anything. Like, yeah, dude, that's just some crazy shit.
I'm not gonna go into the politics.
Yeah,
I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
All I know is I was called the N-word twice at that company, and I never got any compensation.
I don't know. It's just.
Oh.
But it was fun.
I got fired for fucking once. So I worked.
Gay.
So no, for real. My boss walked in on me
Whoever
naked.
fired you is gay.
No, I worked on the island and I had housing, and you're not supposed to have like people over to your housing whatsoever. So I was living in housing with a bunch of dudes and a bunch of chicks, and so there was 3 strikes that day. I had 3 strikes in a row, and that was one of the strikes. That was the last strike. I got 3 strikes in one day, but at the same time, I had a chick over at the house later that night, 2-3 in the morning, and one of the fucking girl chicks that we were rooming with got a hold of the fucking bosses. They got
One of the girl chicks with her fucking pussy vagina.
with her dumb ass pussy vagina.
With her boob tits.
But well, yeah, she got a hold of the fucking bosses, and the bosses came over and walked straight in the room while we're both butt ass naked, and I'm intoxicated. So I get up and I'm just sitting there and talking in front of my boss like, I'm sorry, like it was embarrassing as shit. The next day they talk to me and they're like, Corey, we can't be having this all summer. You have to go. I'm like, I can't even say like I'm in the wrong. Like.
I've never been walked in while fucking, but my dad did come down to the basement while I was getting my dick rubbed by my girlfriend when I was like 14 or 15.
Do you think he did it on purpose?
No. But one thing he did do on purpose is he had taken me to go get school clothes and shit because I got off earlier than my siblings in in middle school. I got off like 45, 30 like minutes earlier. So he took me out. He picked me up from school, took me to the mall. Later on, he takes my siblings to the mall to get shoes and clothes for school and shit like that. And I'm sitting on the porch with my girlfriend, and we're sitting next to each other in the fucking white trash, green plastic chairs on the porch, and we're holding hands. My dad backs halfway down the driveway and then speeds way forward up to where he's like even with the porch. And he's sitting in a big turtle top Econoline van, and he rolls down the window, and this is my birds and the bees talk. He very eloquently goes, "Hey boy, if you're gonna be getting your noodle wet, wrap that shit up. I don't need no motherfucking grandbabies. You're only 14.
He kind of cock-blocked you. He cock-blocked you, but was sitting there trying to also get you laid. That's like, that could go both ways.
I had already been fucking, and that's what we planned on doing. Not happening after that.
That sounds like something Clay would have did.
Yeah, my old man really fucking put the screws to me on that one.
I don't know, man. He didn't do that shit to me.
We just watched Bruce Almighty and sat next to each other.
For that one time, you were just the innocent couple.
Yeah.
We're just sitting there holding hands. Nothing's gonna happen.
That was the first and only sex talk I ever had with my dad.
You said first and only?
Yeah, sex.
Dude, I grew up with the saying, you better wrap it before you tap it.
That was the only sex talk I ever had.
Like, I got that before I was even having sex. Like, you know those old sayings parents tell you? Like, the old-ass sayings? That they told me that all the motherfucking time. If you're gonna have sex, you better wrap it before you tap it. There's shit out there that'll kill you.
I got all my sexual education from internet pornography. That's
pretty much.
I pretty much I had to wait until like 6th grade, but by then I had already.
My parents let me pick out my first porno magazine.
That's pretty dope.
You know which one? Dude, no, dude, this is an epic story. They let me pick out my first porno magazine. They're
Black
like,
Inches.
dude, so I go to the magazine section of this. It was a gas station magazine rack. You know, back in the day when gas stations had actual magazine racks, and there was like 40 magazines on it.
And the pornos had like sleeves on them that they was covered.
This one was 500 pages. I picked the biggest porno magazine there. Like, this shit was a book. It was $15 back in the day, like 10, 15.
A phone book.
It literally, yeah, it was huge as shit.
When I was in 8th grade, I don't know how he did it, but my uncle sent me a laptop from prison.
It's like, keep the secret.
I have no clue how he did it, but he sent me a laptop from prison, and it had every single thing that was ever uploaded to Napster, plus 4 movies. One of them.
Oh, jeez.
He must have had it good in prison if he's sending you laptops. Like,
Yeah, I would say. One of
this
them
is my extra.
was Star Wars Episode 2, or Star Wars Episode 4.
3, probably, like 1, 2, or 3.
The first one, the very first one, Episode 4, A New Hope.
4.
A New Hope.
That
was part 4. Gone in 60 Seconds. And then, I'll never forget it, Girls Gone Wild Spring Break Volume 2.
Yes.
And
The commercials back in the day.
Girls Gone Wild Snoop Dogg.
I didn't never
Snoop
see.
Dogg
I didn't know
was
Snoop
on
Dogg was on.
That one was lame. Too much Snoop Dogg, not enough titties.
Yeah.
Second one was dope.
You would think that would have the most titties in it.
At 43 minutes, they meet this girl couple.
At 43 minutes.
I still remember that shit, dude, because it was like so fucking.
Movie changed his life.
Dude, I fucking smoothed my fucking shaft to it 1,000 million times, dude. Like 70 times a day, I was fucking stroking to this scene. It was like at 43 minutes. They meet this couple of blonde girls at the bar, and instead of just flashing, they follow these girls back to their hotel room and they fuck each other for like 20 minutes. And it's so
That's back in the
it's
fucking
so hot.
90s shit. That's 90s shit
Dude,
for you right there.
It was so hot. It was so fucking hot.
Usually they just go on the bus and
That's
then
why
they
it's so
fuck.
ingrained. It's why it's so ingrained into my memory, dude. Like, it was these bitches went at it. They were fucking squeezing titties and eating each other out and fucking bumping wet spots. It was amazing. It opened me up to a world of freakiness that I didn't even know existed. Like, damn, bitches can fuck.
This matches that. So back in the day, I used to have a Girls Gone Wild film crew T-shirt. You know how many times I got asked about that shit? Like, are you really... Dude, I was literally probably like a sophomore in high school and had that shirt. And you know how many people, like, when I was just out in public, like, they'd come up to me and be like, are you really on Girls Gone Wild film crew? Because it literally just said, in white, it was a all green shirt, and it just said, Girls Gone Wild film crew.
I remember
That was it.
From the same Spring Break Volume 2 one. I remember they were outside of this fucking hotel. It was like the hotel with the patio and the balcony up top. It was like a 2-layer, and there's this whole group of country girls. I think they were from like Kansas or something like that. And I just remember this one. She was young as shit, but she had this hoarse ass voice. But she was a
Hot
sexy
Tui girl.
blonde. She was a sexy blonde with fucking perfect fat titties. It's just skinny little waist, dude. And she was so happy to show her tits. And I was 14, and I needed to know that existed. That way, when I was, ready to fuck, I was like,
Remember before the
all you
internet
gotta
when
do
you
is
didn't have
ask.
VHS tapes?
all you gotta do is ask. And the worst they can do is say no. Or they'll just show titties, and then you can fuck them. But if they say no, then they just said no. That's fine. You just.
I didn't really like titty fucking, to be honest.
No, not titty fuck. They show titties and then you fuck the girl.
Oh, okay.
You use the titties being shown as a springboard to like, okay, so sexuality. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I just remember waking up, like, I remember falling asleep to TV back in the day, and you wake up 3 in the morning, and you're just to a Girls Gone Wild fucking commercial. And you're like, like, this is awesome. To wake up to this.
Dude, I still remember the music to those commercials, dude.
Wasn't there also, like, the Man Show or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Where the dude was the host, he had the beer, and he chugged it at the end? Girls on Trampolines.
That was Jimmy Kimmel and Doug Stanhope at first, and then they replaced Doug Stanhope with somebody else. Doug Stanhope, one of my favorite comedians. His mom used to review porn on The Man Show.
Yeah, dude, the Man Show was awesome. I remember waking up 3 in the morning, and there's the Man Show. It's impressive that you know their names, but...
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I got a weird...
Did you ever watch that TV show, BK? Remember the Man Show?
I've
Girls
seen
on
The Man Show.
Trampolines. They would start and end every episode with Girls on Trampolines.
There's girls in bikinis and shit just jumping on a trampoline and their titties just up and down. Like, it was awesome.
The Man Show was cool.
Yeah.
There was that weird little Andy Milonakis kid that would...
I remember the Andy Milonakis show.
It wasn't Andy Milonakis, but he was this little kid.
Oh, selling the beers and shit to old ladies?
Asking for people to buy him alcohol.
Yeah. So it's like a little fucking kid. Like, probably Kai, like imagine Kai just going up to somebody on the street and being like, you can buy me beer. Like, that's what the TV show was.
And they got an earpiece in his ear and they're feeding him lines. And the one girl's like, well, my name is Cinnamon. And they're like, and he's like, the kid's like, oh, that's cute. Is that your stripper name? And it's your boy's age. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too funny.
Like, imagine a lemonade stand on the street and, like, he's selling beers. And, like, people are coming up to him and being like, how old are you and shit like that? Like, you got a license for this? Like, he's like, bitch, yo, I don't need no license. Like, he's straight be calling him bitch. Like,
oh man, that kid's probably fucked up though.
I haven't seen that kid in very long. Hollywood probably took him.
Yeah, I gotta say he's probably fucked.
Dustin, comment.
He commented about the main show.
This motherfucker visits the library for like 20 minutes. I just had to call it. You haven't said a word in like 20 minutes.
No, not 20 minutes. He commented about the man show. He said he watched the man show.
Yeah, I did. You just watched that at my grandma's house.
You watched it with your grandma?
Not with
That's
my grandma.
fire, bro.
I remember watching the Beavis and Butthead show at my great grandma's house. Like the big ass tube TV, 2-3 in the morning. Beavis and Butthead comes on.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my.
Have you
guy
guys
right
watched
there.
any of the new Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, man.
Yeah,
The,
why not?
Dude, it's awesome. I would have to say it's
I
on
always
par.
forget about
It's
it.
pretty fucking funny.
Well, they came out the movie, and the movie's pretty fucking funny, but it's a little drawn out, a little dry. But at the same time, the TV show, they be doing like fucking where Beavis and Butthead is like 60 years old, 50, 60 years old, so they're like old ass like dudes. It's funny as fuck.
There was an episode where they were thinking about getting vasectomies, and then before they got the vasectomies or before they went in for it, they imagined what life would be like if they scored and had kids, and then it made them decide not to fucking have it. And it was funny because like they go over and it's Beavis and his kids, and then Butthead and his kids come to visit, and they come in.
They kick
and
his ass.
Yeah, they're all excited about it, and then Butthead, all the Butthead's kids and Buttheads just start whooping their asses.
Yeah, they all start beating each other up. Like, it's like, kick his ass. That was funny as fuck. Also, there was an episode where, like, one of their kids' teachers comes over, like, to their door and knocks on the door. So they have to show you his card, grade card, and the grade card says, "I want to bang you." And he's like, "Having kids is sweet."
Oh, fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Have you guys banged any teachers or anything like that?
Dude. Oh my god.
I banged a teacher and a principal in the same night once.
Miss D. Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
Miss D.
You banged her, or she just
No.
imagine banging her?
Oh no, man. I had such a crush on her my junior
I
year.
tried so hard.
I had such a crush on her. And I was a fucking... I never got a haircut, but my hair didn't grow long or anything. Like how yours, your hair swings, you grow it out. My hair just like mushrooms and just turns into this like it curves
the
out
football helmet
front
look,
like
or
this. Yeah, dude. And that's what I rocked pretty much all 4 years of high school.
I rock different hairs, but I can. Yeah,
But I would
know
always
exactly what
try
you're
and
talking
riz. I would always try and riz up Miss D. And then at the end of junior year,
about. What'd she teach?
English.
It was
And
an
I
English
I was
teacher?
so good at English. I was such a good writer, and I was so.
You're like, I'm doing this for you. I'm gonna write you a poem.
So
Should have wrote her a poem.
we had block scheduling.
Yeah, I remember
We
block.
had block
I
scheduling
went to a
for
school with block
My
scheduling.
junior year, one of the last days, they make an announcement at the end of the day over the PA, like block scheduling is going to be
Changed.
phased out
Yeah.
next year for a 7 class.
8 schedule class out
Yeah,
all day.
7 schedule.
Yeah, so block scheduling is you take 4 classes for an hour and a half.
I went to Whitmer. We
Yeah,
had
he had
blocks.
block
Yeah,
scheduling,
block.
so-
So BK, you know what block scheduling is?
So after that announcement, me being my class clown ass that I am, I was like, "Oh man, I'm never gonna graduate. I need that extra day to fucking get, or not fucking because I'm in class. I'm like, I need that extra day to get my homework done, man. I'm gonna be washing windows after high school." And Miss Donauer goes, "Oh, Rob, you can come wash my windows any day."
Oh.
17-year-old me was like fucking hit the desk. I hit the bottom of the desk.
You no comment. You didn't. When she
dude.
said that, nothing.
I was so fucking.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I was such a smart ass, and I couldn't muster it. Like, I knew what I wanted to say.
You should have said
I
it.
should have said it, and it was in front of the whole class. I mean, like,
Even you
We're
should have made a
across the
slide.
room
You should have
from
made a
each other.
slide, dude. I honestly would have been like,
Dude.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I was only 17. I wasn't there to just proposition a woman in her late 30s, early 40s.
You could have just been like on
With
like
some-
that's my boy.
big fucking nice natty titties. Oh my god.
So I had a teacher.
And she hiked and she was in shape.
So I had a math teacher that like the desks were. It was Latino, long black hair. Fucking she was spot on. So in math class, our desks were so close together. She'd squeeze in between the desks to help somebody out, and then like kind of bend over and help them with their math, whatever they had to do. And I could remember so many times her ass was on my fucking desk.
Nice.
And I'd just be like, you know how hard it is. Like.
My math teachers were all busted. One had a double mustache. One was made out of freckles.
It's
One
rare
was
when you
made out
have
of
one
freckles.
hot ass
The
teacher.
other was made out of hair.
I feel like there's more hot teachers nowadays than there was back in the
The
day.
other one was a fucking chunky lady that wore like the ugliest possible sandals, like sandals with like shoe tread on the bottom. You know, the sandals that have like two Velcros on top and then shoe tread on the bottom.
Yeah.
And they're like black and brown. And she wore those. And then my other math teacher was about 89 years old. Her pussy probably secreted baby powder.
So I honestly I honestly remember doing drugs in her class. Remember the pencil holder in the front of your desk, so I remember. I don't remember what drug it was. It had to have been some type of pill, but it was already crushed up, lined in that fucking filling. And I remember just like doing little by little the entire class. Like it had to have been blatantly obvious. Like she had to have known.
She probably put it there for you.
No, she did not. That would have been fucking way sweeter.
She was
Crushed it
looking
up
out.
and left it in there before.
She knew
before
what she
class
needed
started.
to get through that bullshit ass.
No, well, I remember that, like
Dustin
I hated
comment.
math growing up. No, I hated math growing up, like all the way up until you get to high school. Remember, you liked math in elementary school, and then you get to high school, you're like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" But like every day, I'd be like, "When am I going to use this in real life?" Like for real, like when are you ever going to use like? I would ask her, I'd be like, when the fuck am I going to use this in real life? And she'd come up with 5 examples every time. She'd come up with 5 examples. I'd be like, okay. Like, just because you came up with 5 examples when I'm going to be using this in real life, I'll fucking learn it.
He said, I took the teacher's advice. He sounded like you were gonna rebel there for a minute, and you just complied.
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Like I didn't want to fucking learn this math shit.
I was so mad that I just fucking learned it anyway.
Punk rock as fuck.
I was pissed. Like I'd interrupt her while she's up on the fucking whiteboard and be like, when am I ever going to use this in real life? She'd give me 5 examples and I'd be like, okay, I'll learn it just for today.
Oh, alright, y'all. We're gonna end that after the teacher fucking. Alright, y'all. We're getting out of here.
Thank you, everybody.